I'm going to admit something that surprises a lot of people. I use artificial intelligence every single day in my real estate business. Not because it replaces me, but because it helps me do my job better than ever. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I use AI to help my clients sell faster, price more accurately, market smarter, negotiate better, and avoid mistakes that cost homeowners thousands of dollars. Everyone keeps asking if AI is going to replace realtors. My answer? Not the good ones. AI replaces repetitive work. That means I spend more time advising clients and less time staring at a computer. Let's be honest, real estate has always involved a lot of busy work. Years ago, I could spend hours writing listing descriptions, editing photos, researching neighborhoods, creating marketing materials, analyzing comparable sales, and preparing reports. Those things still matter. But today, AI helps me complete many of those tasks in a fraction of the time. That doesn't make me a lazy realtor, it makes me a more available realtor. Instead of sitting behind a computer for hours, I'm meeting with homeowners, previewing properties, negotiating contracts, following up with buyers, studying the market, and creating better strategies for my clients. Technology didn't replace the human side of my business, it gave me more time to focus on it. To me, that's where the real value is. The best realtors aren't competing against AI. We're partnering with it to deliver a better experience for our clients. And one of the biggest ways AI helps me is something that surprises almost every homeowner I talk to: online home values. AI gives me the information, experience tells me what actually matters. Now, here's where things get really interesting. I think Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, and all of the online home value tools are actually pretty amazing. I use them, my clients use them. Almost every homeowner I meet has looked up their estimate before we ever have our first conversation. But here's the problem: those numbers are only part of the story. An algorithm has never walked through your front door. It doesn't know if you spent $80,000 remodeling your kitchen. It doesn't know if your roof is brand new. It doesn't know your HVAC was replaced last year. It doesn't know you have one of the best lots in the neighborhood. It doesn't know your basement was professionally finished. And it definitely doesn't know how buyers feel the moment they walk into your home. Buying a home is emotional. People don't just buy square footage, they buy the feeling of walking through the front door. And that's something no algorithm can ever measure. I've seen two homes with almost the exact same square footage, the same number of bedrooms, built by the same builder, yet one sells for $75,000 or even $100,000 more than the other. Why? Because one home was prepared properly, marketed properly, and priced strategically. It was presented in a way that made buyers compete. The online estimate didn't create that value, the strategy did. Your home is more than a data point. Here's something that surprises a lot of homeowners. Online estimates don't actually know if your home is one of the nicest homes in the neighborhood or one of the most neglected. They simply can't see it. Think about these two homes. Same subdivision, same floor plans, same number of bedrooms, similar square footage. On paper, they're almost identical. But one homeowner spent years maintaining and improving their home. The other one didn't. One has a beautifully remodeled kitchen, fresh paint, updated flooring, modern lighting, a newer roof, professional landscaping. The other still has 1998 builder-grade finishes, worn carpet, and deferred maintenance. Yet, an online estimate may value them almost exactly the same. This is where AI becomes one of the most powerful tools I have. So if I don't rely on online estimates alone, what do I use? The answer is a combination of technologies with multiple tools, some of the best resources in the industry, local market knowledge, and experience. Before I ever walk through your front door, AI has already helped me analyze thousands of pieces of information. I'm looking at recent sales, active competition, homes that failed to sell, price reductions, buyer demand, inventory levels, days on market, neighborhood trends, school districts, migration patterns, and even how buyers are interacting with listings online. That gives me an incredible amount of information, but that's only half the equation. I'm looking at things no algorithm can measure. How does the home feel when you walk in? Does the floor plan flow naturally? Is there enough natural light? Which updates will buyers actually pay a premium for? And which improvements probably won't increase your value? Is there anything that could prevent buyers from making an offer? These are the details that often determine whether a home sells quickly or sits on the market. Pricing a home isn't about finding one magic number, it's about creating a strategy. Sometimes pricing just below market creates multiple offers. Sometimes pricing at market is the right move. Sometimes a luxury property requires a completely different approach. Every home has its own story, and every pricing strategy should too. AI gives me the data. Experience tells me what that data actually means. Together, they help me make better decisions for my clients. That's why I don't just tell sellers what their home is worth. I help them understand what buyers are actually willing to pay. And that's exactly why I offer every homeowner something I think is far more valuable than an online estimate. When you ask me to evaluate your home, I'm not giving you a Zestimate. I'm giving you a real pricing strategy. One that's built around today's buyers, today's competition, and today's market. I've spent years buying homes, renovating homes, managing rental properties, and helping sellers prepare their homes for the market. So when I walk through a property, I'm not just looking at what needs to be fixed, I'm looking at what actually creates value. Don't spend $1 unless it gives you 2 back. And don't spend it if it doesn't make you more money. Sometimes I'll recommend making a few simple improvements because they'll generate a much higher return than they cost. Sometimes I'll tell you not to spend $1. And sometimes, depending on the home and the market, the smartest decision is to sell it exactly as it sits. Every situation is different. One of the biggest myths in real estate is that every renovation adds value. It doesn't. I've seen homeowners spend $30,000 on updates that buyers barely noticed, and I've seen a few $1,000s spent in the right places completely change how buyers viewed a home. So, what's actually happening in the St. Louis and St. Charles County real estate market? The truth is, there isn't one market anymore. That's one of the biggest mistakes I see people make. They hear a national headline that says the market is up or the market is down, and they assume it applies to their home. It usually doesn't. Every neighborhood is acting differently. In some areas, well-priced homes are still selling quickly with multiple offers. In others, buyers have become much more selective. Luxury homes follow a completely different set of rules than entry-level homes, and move-up buyers are making decisions differently than they were just a couple of years ago. Interest rates have definitely changed buyer behavior. Buyers are paying closer attention to monthly payments than they used to. That means pricing, presentation, and marketing have never been more important. We're also seeing inventory change from neighborhood to neighborhood. Some communities still have very little competition. Others have more choices for buyers than we've seen in years. That's why it's so important to know what buyers are comparing your home against. I think one of the biggest challenges today is expectations. Some sellers still expect the market we had a few years ago, and some buyers are waiting for prices that simply aren't coming. The reality is, today's market rewards homes that are priced correctly and marketed exceptionally well. This is why I spend so much time studying our local market. I'm not just looking at what sold, I'm looking at what didn't sell, what had price reductions, what received multiple offers, and most importantly, why. Because understanding your neighborhood is far more valuable than understanding a national headline. Real estate has always been local, and today, that's more true than ever. Don't price your home based on the national market. Price it based on what buyers are doing in your neighborhood this week. People have also asked why I made the move to Coldwell Banker. The answer is simple. I wanted to give my clients every advantage possible. Coldwell Banker Realty is the #1 real estate brand in the St. Louis market, and they invest heavily in the technology, marketing, and tools that help homes stand out. That means I have access to some of the most cutting-edge AI tools available in real estate. World-class marketing, luxury property exposure, one of the largest agent networks, relocation connections, and private marketing opportunities that many buyers never see. For me, it wasn't about changing brokerages. It was about partnering with a company that gives me the resources to market homes better, reach more qualified buyers, and deliver a higher level of service to my clients. Because when you trust me to sell one of your biggest investments, I want to know I'm bringing every possible advantage to the table. By now, you've probably noticed something. AI touches almost every part of my business. It helps me enhance listing photos, create virtual staging, test different marketing campaigns, reach the right buyers, produce better videos, analyze pricing, build market reports, follow up with leads, and automate the tasks that used to take hours. But notice something, none of those things replaced me. They've helped me become a better realtor, and that helps me serve my clients even better. AI can't walk through your home and recognize craftsmanship. It can't tell you whether spending $10,000 on a renovation will make you $30,000 or cost you money you'll never get back. It can't negotiate with a buyer who's emotionally attached to your home. It can't build trust. And it certainly can't guide you through one of the biggest financial decisions of your life. I believe the future belongs to realtors who embrace technology, not because technology replaces us, but because it allows us to serve our clients at a higher level. AI doesn't sell homes. Relationships, strategy, marketing, negotiation, knowledge, and experience sell homes. AI simply helps me deliver every one of those better. So if you've been wondering what your home is really worth, not what a website guesses, but what today's buyers are actually willing to pay, I'd love to help. I'll personally put together a professional pricing strategy based on current market data, buyer demand, your home's unique features, and my experience in the St. Louis and St. Charles County markets. No pressure, no obligation, just honest advice and a strategy that's built specifically for your home. Because the more information you have, the better decisions you can make. I'm Liz Coco. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me today. I hope you learned something that helps you make smarter real estate decisions, whether you're buying, selling, or just planning for the future. Technology can provide the information, but experience creates the strategy. And when you combine the two, you give yourself the best opportunity for success. If you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's thinking about buying or selling a home. And remember, when it comes to real estate, Coco knows.